LatiNation is venturing off to a different state. This time it's Las Vegas, Nevada, because we are during practice for NASCAR's Pennzoil 400. It's really loud. I don't know if you can hear me, but welcome to the show.
We are the new kings. This is our time to shine. Set it off like dynamite. We are the new kings. Winning this fight tonight with our name lit up in lights. We are the new kings. This is our time to shine. Set it off like dynamite.
I don't know if you remember this guy, Todd Rasmussen, General Manager, West Coast Operations Director for the NASCAR Racing Experience. He was with us in our previous episode when we were at Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. And now you're going to be joining me in beautiful Las Vegas. How are you?
My home track. I'm great. How are you doing?
I mean, this is actually your second home.
This is my second home. This is my office is here. This is where our main hub is. Yeah, this is it. Welcome to my house.
Well, thank you. Since you are the host with the most, what are all these tires behind us? I'm so curious.
Yeah, so hey, I want to show you guys a little insight on what a Goodyear NASCAR stock car tire looks like and how you can tell the difference between a left and a right tire, all right?
Fun fact, love it.
So as you can see right here, we've got a lot of tires, all right? So what we want to look for on a tire, and what makes them different is the wear dots. Now, as you can see right here, you can see there's wear dots right here.
Right.
So if you notice, these wear dots are straight. So when they're straight like this means that this tire is going to go on the left-hand side of the car, all right? If the dots are at an angle, all right?
Let's find another one with the angle dots.
So if you go over to this tire right here, you're going to see that these are at an angle. That means that this tire is going on the right side of the race car. So these are very expensive tires. A set of 4 tires cost about $2,500, and each team has anywhere from 7 to 11 sets of tires per race.
So it's $2,500 per set?
Per set for every 4 tires, exactly.
Can we get one courtesy of the house?
Yeah, there's a bunch of there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 stacks. Just take a couple.
One of those are waiting for us, right?
Yeah, right there. Just come on. Come on. You ready? Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. All right, we're moving on to the next pit stop. I love the sound of the engines going. But what are you holding there in your hand, Todd?
Oh, this? So what this is Jimmie Johnson's autograph card.
Which, by the way, Jimmie Johnson's last season is right now for 2020, and that's it. He's done. He's retiring.
That's right. So Jimmie Johnson, 7-time NASCAR Cup champion. This is his last season right now. He's been incredible for the sport. He's a super fun guy. Being from California, he's one of my favorite drivers. We're going to be sad to see him go, but
he's leaving a legacy behind.
He is leaving his legacy behind. Yeah, he's going to have, as he said, more time to exercise.
More time to work out. How fun that sounds, right?
Yeah, he is a fitness nut. Runs marathons. Super cool guy.
I think we might find his treadmill inside there because this is actually his area. Am I right?
Yeah.
So for people that don't know, what is this? Right here.
So these are the haulers that the teams bring to every race that hold their race cars up on top, and then their office and where engineers and crew chiefs. This is where everybody meets. The drivers can go in there, they can talk, and then basically what they figure out in here, they're going to bring over across the way to their garage, and they'll work on the car actually in the garage over there. So.
And this is where fans can hang out and maybe ask for an autograph if they're on location.
Yeah, exactly. Super fun if you're a fan in here. What's great about Las Vegas Motor Speedway is being in the neon garage is you can actually be, as you can see up here on top. So if you have a neon garage pass up there, hey everybody, you actually can get inside here, and then you can hang out up on the balcony, or you can go inside and there's windows where you can pass memorabilia through and the drivers will sign it for you. This is a super fun racetrack, a super fun race, the Pennzoil 400. So
I can feel the energy from here.
Yeah.
But I know that audience members from across the screen, they're actually craving the speed now. I think we got them hooked.
They are.
So I know that the NASCAR racing experience is right around the corner.
That's right.
Where can we get more info on this, Todd?
Great question. Hey, so what you want to do is go on to NASCARRacingExperience.com and look for availability and book your experience and go fast.
And this goes all year round?
Yeah, so we're actually out here in Las Vegas. We're based out here, but you guys in California, again, go on to NASCARRacingExperience.com, look for the availability, and you can definitely go fast.
I'm telling you, I already had my first experience with Todd a few weeks ago, 165 miles per hour, which, I mean, that can't happen any other place without compromising some lives. And that's why you should try. You should give it a go. It's going to push you out of your comfort zone, and it's going to be quite the experience. We're going to go to a quick break. Follow us on social media, LATV Networks on Instagram, www.latv.com, and our app as well if you want to check our episodes for LATV Fan Nation Season 2. Stick around, and we'll be right back.
We are the new kings, winning this fight tonight with our name lit up.
Welcome back to LATV Fan Nation. I was just having a casual chat, no biggie, with Daniel Alejandro Suárez Garza. I had to say your full name because we Latinos are just, what is it, like 5 names or something?
My full name.
Well, I can refresh your memory. Daniel, so it's going to be almost 20 years of you being behind the wheel. How did this journey begin for you?
Well, it's been a long story, but obviously, I'm 28 years old, and I started when I was 11. So you're right, it's almost 20 years, which is crazy to think. But the way I actually started, it was kind of different because most of the time, as you can imagine, race car drivers they start racing because they either know somebody, they have somebody in their family, or their father used to race, or somebody related. And for me, my grandfather used to be a photographer. My dad has a restoration shop, so nothing to do with racing. But one of my dad's customer son was into racing, and that's where the connection started. And then I started first just actually. I used to go in the weekends to watch him, and then I got the opportunity to jump in a car, and I can't remember, but they said I was actually very good, and then I jumped into a race one time, and I did very good, and everything started from there.
But what's your first memory of being behind the wheel? Did you feel like it was second nature, like an innate talent of yours?
I feel like it was. I felt that that very first time, it was on a Saturday, and it was one of those things that I couldn't sleep the night before on Friday night. I was super excited already to go to a racetrack, and it was almost like a picnic, because I was going with the family of my friend, and we had lunch there, we had sandwiches, we were going to a go-kart, and I just didn't want to stop. I was one of those kids that I was running laps until somebody, step in the middle of the racer and tell me to stop. But I was just doing laps and laps. So, I used to do everything that it was on my power to be in the racetrack every day, and that's how my father realized that something was weird with me, and everything started from there.
And something had to be done. What about when you were at home? Were you playing Mario Kart or something to sort of help with the itch to race?
I was always crazy about cars. I always had that that little thing inside of me to drive cars and to make cars go fast. And my mom, she was a challenge because obviously she didn't love the speed and the risk that sometimes mom think that it takes. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that you just have it, and I remember when I was 12 years old, I already had my own car, my own Beetle, and I remember that all I wanted to do is to put a bigger engine and to go fast, and I have plenty of friends from back then, and they used to tell me, Daniel, you were crazy to drive. I mean, you were always good, you were natural. So, it's been one of those things that I have really, really enjoyed a lot my journey to this point.
You still have that 1950 Beetle, is that correct?
Yeah, I have a few. My dad, that's what he does for a living. He restores old cars. So, every time that I'm not in the racetrack or in this race shop or doing stuff related with racing, I'm working with old cars.
Well, Daniel, you've been a trailblazer when it comes to setting the standard for Latino race car drivers, and you've set a lot of standards out there. You were the youngest winner for the mini stocks in NASCAR Mexico, and you were also you were the youngest Mexican race car driver to finish 11th for the Toyota All-Star Showdown. So you're making rounds out there. You won the 2016 NASCAR Xfinity Series. What's next for you?
Well, I feel that there is a lot of things that are next. I feel like slowly but surely we've been making history. Like you mentioned, in 2016, it was a very, very cool year to become the only driver not born in the U.S. to win a race, and then that led me into winning the championship. So those are just things that it just makes you want more. And I just feel very proud to be in this position with a lot of support from Toyota, from Gun Brothers Racing, and my main sponsors, Comscope and Coca-Cola, that they've been with me already for a handful of years. So just very proud to have great people around me. And not really the goal. When I moved to the US back in 2011, I had the goal that it was to win race and to win championship. That's all I care about. Already, as you grow, things change a little bit. I still want to win races and championships. I've done that. I've been there before. That's great. But now I want to open a path to more Hispanic people. If you think about it, NASCAR 10 years ago, every single person that you ask, it was an American sport. And I don't want that to be the rule. I want that to be different. And I want to be that driver that open a path for many either drivers, engineers, pit crew members, many different roles that NASCAR needs. So I just feel like obviously I played an important role, and that's one of my goals here.
All right, we're going to go to a quick break, but when we come back, we'll finish this lovely interview with Daniel Suárez here during Pennzoil 400 in lovely Las Vegas, Nevada. Stay tuned.
We are the new kings, winning this fight tonight with our name.
Welcome back to LATV Fan Nation. I'm still here with Daniel Suárez during Pennzoil 400 in Las Vegas. Daniel, what's so fun about being here in Vegas for this weekend?
Well, I personally love coming to the West Coast. Really, Vegas is always fun, right? It's a fun place to be. But I definitely have a lot of fun coming to the West Coast, to every single race in the West Coast. Vegas, California, Phoenix, Sonoma, every race here, because the way I see it, it's as close as I can get to Mexico. I really have a lot of support from the Hispanic community, and every single time I come here, I just feel very welcome. So always happy to be here, and I'm really looking forward to have a good, solid weekend.
Have you been able to enjoy these races on the other side, not just competing, just interacting with the audience?
Yes, actually. Well, not only one side, like both sides. I have a program called Daniel's Amigos. That this program is based to. The only goal of this program is to bring Latinos to a racetrack. And actually, the last time we were here in Las Vegas last year, we brought a little bit over a couple thousand Latinos to a racetrack. So it was very, very cool to see all that support, they made me feel like home. They were talking to me in Spanish, and they had Mexican flags, they had my shirt on. So it's very, very cool to receive all that support. And that's something that already we did last year. We did it 4 times in 4 different racetracks, and we're planning to do it again this year.
What about Mexican grub? Did he bring you some tacos, chilaquiles, fajitas, something?
Yeah, I went to a good taco place last night. I don't know if that works, but yeah, definitely every time that I come to the West Coast, the food is, there's different levels, and definitely the West Coast, it puts the bar pretty high when it comes to Mexican food.
So what advice do you have for young aspiring Latinos that are watching right now and that want to be in your position tomorrow?
It takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication. When I moved here back in 2011, I had a lot of challenges ahead. Money, contacts, the language was one of the biggest ones because I didn't speak English back then. But there were just a lot of different challenges that I had to go through to be to this point. And most of the people don't really know that. And it's not easy. It's not easy. You have to work very, very hard. There is 40 seats in the Cup Series, and there is a lot of drivers that are fighting hard to have those, and you have to beat them. So you have to be better in the track and out the track. That's the way I see it. So it's definitely hard work and dedication.
When you mentioned being better in the track and outside, what rituals or what practices do you keep day by day to sort of be on that level?
Yeah, there is a lot of things that you have to do outside the track. Obviously, inside the track it's easy, right? Drive fast, beat everyone. That's it. But out the track, you have to just take care of yourself, eat well, be good physically, work out good, and something that is very important and sometimes people forget: have good relationship with your sponsors. This is probably one of the just few sports that without a sponsor you cannot go out there and race. We're not like football, we're not like basketball. Like, we need the sponsors to be in the racetrack. So it's extremely important to have support and to have all these companies behind us so we can do what we love to do every weekend.
So it's about networking too. It takes a lot, right? You just signed on with Gaunt Brothers Racing. What are your expectations for this new chapter in your life?
Yeah, it's a brand new team. I really like challenges a lot. Everything actually starts with my relationship with Toyota. Toyota and I, we've been together for a very long time, actually since I was racing in Mexico. In Mexico, as you know, we won a bunch of races and championships, and it was a lot of fun. When I moved here, I went to the diversity program, and it was supported by Toyota, and then I went to a national series with Toyota. So Toyota and I, we have done so much together. We have made history together in the national series. So last year, actually, I went to race for Ford, and it was good. It was a learning process. It was a positive year, but things didn't went exactly the way that we were expecting, and we part ways. And Toyota was there to pick me up and start this new project with Gaunt Brothers Racing. So just very, very happy to start the new team. We're gonna have some bumps in the beginning of the road, like every single new team out there. But we have good people, good sponsors, and I feel like we have everything that it takes to be able to go out there and compete.
And finally, for the season, where can people find you for upcoming weekends? Where are you going to be racing?
Yeah, for sure. We have a busy schedule racing every weekend, but they can find me on social media and Daniel Suárez, pretty much everywhere, across the board, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. And thank you very much for the support.
Thank you, Daniel. You can find him racing for NASCAR season 2020 this first semester. Stay tuned for more because we got so much more fun to come here on LATV Fan Nation.
We are the new kings, winning this fight tonight with our name lit.
Okay, now drifting away from the tire conversation, what am I seeing before my eyes that happens to have Daniel Suárez's name right there?
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's huge.
So what this is a car hauler that the teams will bring to every single race. What this is it'll hold the cars on the top. So you can see right here, that's called the lift gate. So that the lift gate will go up and they'll push the cars out from the top. They'll go on the lift gate and then they'll lower that lift gate down and they'll push the cars off. So typically this hauler is gonna hold anywhere from 2 to 3 cars. There's a primary car and then there's a backup car. So for instance, if he was to wreck his primary car, he'll have a backup car so he can still race. So this basically doubles as an office, a dressing room. The team will hang out in here when they're not working on the car. The engineers, the crew chief, anything that has to do with getting the car ready for the race when it comes to the specs and stuff will be talked about in the hauler and then transferred over to the garage area. You can see that they got a toolbox in there. They've got all their jacks. They've got all their tools. They're doing everything that they needed to do to get that car ready for the race in that garage.
So what happens if they actually wreck the car during the race? They bring the car over to this station?
So if they wreck the car, typically what's going to happen is they're going to get that backup car out immediately. And so say if they wreck it in the race, then if they can't fix it in 5 minutes, then they're out of the race. If you wreck your car, say in practice or qualifying, then what that backup car does is it gives you a chance to still be in the race. Now, if you blow your engine up or if you wreck your car, no matter where you qualified, you're going to start in the back of the pack.
Second pit stop. Where are we heading after this? I want to explore the whole thing here. This is a NASCAR experience. We're having it one-on-one.
We'll just walk in a big circle and go have fun, and I can point things out, and we'll keep going.
This is super exciting because you're hearing all of this rumble with the engines. It's actually the Cup Series first practice today, Friday. So we're going to be a little bit loud so you can hear us out. Todd, what's going on behind us?
So what these are behind us are the RVs that all the drivers stay in. So we showed you the hauler where they work. This is where they stay. So you can see that everybody's got a different hauler. They bring a golf cart, they bring a truck. The families will stay in here, but these RVs, very expensive, some of them up to a couple of $1 million, travel around to every race And yeah, this is where they stay.
In terms of the practices, how many rounds do they make when they're practicing before the Pennzoil 400?
Well, when they practice right now, it's by minute. So they're gonna go 45 minutes or so. What they're doing right now on the track is they're taking diagnostic readings of the engine, air pressure, anything that has to do with how the car is handling, whether it's tight or loose going into the corners. And based on all those readings, they're gonna go back to the garage where we just were, and they'll make those adjustments to try to make the car faster, better, and hopefully win the race.
Nice little test drive. Can fans actually access this session? I know we're lucky because, we're working for television, but other people that want to access the practices, can they come here before the race?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, if you guys come, you can buy a Neon Garage Pass, and you can come and watch the race, or from the stands. It's super fun. Practices are open to the public, and yeah, you come on out and watch everything that has to do with the race.
All right, that was it for this week's episode, but stay tuned for part 2 because we have so much more madness going on. We'll be interacting with hardcore fans and just enjoying the behind-the-scenes circus because there's more ways to have fun in Vegas other than gambling and partying. We are on social media. Follow us on LATV Networks on Instagram and our website, www.latv.com. I also have my own personal at Nour.Miller if you have any suggestions with new sports that we can try or just new locations. I'm all ears. It's a little under the weather in Vegas, but I was lucky enough to snag this beautiful jacket, which makes me look like I follow the NASCAR. By the way, it's an incredible sport. You should follow it. It's 2020 season all around. I'm not kidding. It gets more and more addicting. So I'm going to go enjoy the race, but I will see you next week.
This is our time.